Okay, my science students, on scientific investigation and scientific trying to figure out what are the answers to some of the things that puzzle we're in ourselves and are puzzling in our world. So we are going to take a look at this problem that we encountered with the oil, and how in the world do we clean up an oil spill in some reasonable fashion. So we're going to get that done. So there are no limits to testing, so you're only limited to your imagination, right? Okay. So some of you might have decided that you would take the PA bacteria and put it in some oil-soaked soil that didn't already have the other one in it, because you want to try to figure out, okay, which of these bacteria were the ones that ate the oil. Okay. You might then take daily samples of the soil and test it to see how much oil, if any, was removed or consumed. You probably wrote that you would do the exact same experiment using the other bacteria. Okay. Would you put both bacteria in the same sample of oil-soaked soil? Probably not, because then you wouldn't know which one was more effective. Okay? You couldn't tell which bacteria was the one that worked to get rid of the oil, huh? Okay? So you would put each bacteria in its own sample of soil. Each soil sample would be soaked with the same amount and same type of oil. Okay, you want to make sure that all the other variables are constant, and we're not doing different things to each sample of oil that in the soil. Okay. What is the independent variable in our experiment? What is the only difference between the two soil samples? Well, it is the bacteria, right? The different bacteria. So the question is, and the hypothesis is, that this bacteria will eat the oil and get rid of the oil in the soil. Oil in the soil. Yep, the type of bacteria we put in each sample is our independent variable. What is the dependent variable? What will tell us if the type of bacteria living in the soil made a difference? Well, it got rid of the oil, didn't it? Right? The amount of oil that gets consumed or removed in each sample. Wunderbar, as the Germans would say, Deutschlanders. Okay, so here we are. Next, we need to predict what should happen to each experiment. Okay, so we can do that. Okay, and then we write down our predictions that the first bacteria gets rid of the oil, and that if you put it in a sample of oil-soaked soil, that's hard to say, by the way, then it would get rid of the oil. It would eat it. Okay, and our next step is to run our experiments and gather the data. The following is the data recorded from each experiment. It is organized in a table so we can compare results. So here it is. Okay, so we go from day 1 down to day 10. So here's the PA bacteria, and then the PPSE bacteria. Okay, they both start with 100% of the soaked oil, but look at that. Okay, the PA bacteria has much better results. Okay, day 10. Okay, only 7% of the oil is remaining in that soil, whereas the other one, 51%, is still remaining. So this would be the bacteria we would want to use, right? Pretty nice chart that shows exactly the results of what happened in the experiment when we did it. Okay, so based on data, what conclusions can you make? Okay, on your paper, and now we have to write a conclusion. Answer the question: how can oil be cleaned by using natural methods? What would you tell your boss at the EPA? You say, hey boss, I got an answer. And it's a natural method of cleaning up oil spills. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, that's it. That's a nice experiment, huh?